Hey church, Dale here. Good to be with you for another quick devotion on a Friday, just a couple of minutes that we're going to look at Matthew chapter 13 and verse 45 and 46. And it is the parable about the pearl of great value. And we did look at this briefly along with the other parables in chapter 13 of Matthew this past Sunday. And Jesus was being particularly hard to understand. That's what parables are. They are stories that are to compare and to make us think. And Jesus deliberately was speaking in parables so that some would see and some would hear. And he speaks about this in this chapter. So I hope you did your homework this week, because I did encourage everybody to go and read chapter 13 and read these parables of Jesus, and to look at what Jesus is opening your eyes to see, what he's opening your ears to hear, and what he's stirring your heart in. Because that is what we need to do when we come to the scriptures. We need to be going, Lord, what are you teaching me? What are you showing me? How are you speaking to me? And how do you want me to live out your kingdom now? Because the kingdom of God, and we have read this in these parables, is not just the kingdom of heaven alone, the future heaven. It is the kingdom at work now in you and I. And so let's get to it. Verse 45 and 46, the parable of the pearl of great value. Again, the kingdom is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. The kingdom is like a merchant in search of fine pearls, who on finding one pearl of great value went and sold all that he had and bought it. And now a lot of these parables are hard to understand, but this one seems to have a general thrust. And I know there's probably more here that the Lord would reveal, but I can see in this parable that Jesus is saying what is of most value. And it is like a merchant in the kingdom. The kingdom is like a merchant who searches for pearls of great value, and when finding one, sells all that he has, because he sees the value, because he knows that it is of most worth. And I think this is really important for us as we seek to follow Jesus, that we know what is of most value to God, what is of most value to him, that our heart burns for the things that his heart burns for, that the lost, the broken, the downtrodden, that we would care, that we would know God's heart, that we would know the kingdom, that we would know what is of value, and we would have a right order of value. As the great church father Augustine said, that we have a right order of our loves, that we would love the right things and not the things of this earth. Not the material things, not the things that sometimes can drag us away. And so I encourage you with that today, and I pray that no matter where you are and what you're doing, that you are looking to hear from him, looking to see more clearly, and that your heart would be stirred by the work of Jesus in you, by the scriptures, as you listen, as you pray, as you worship. And I hope to catch you this Sunday and spend some more time together. Matt's going to be preaching and sharing with us from Matthew chapter 16, and look forward to doing that. So God bless you, and I hope to see you then.